Hey YouTube, and welcome to episode 2 of Kyle's Garage. In this episode, I'm going to give you the garage tour. Now that doesn't mean I'm going to show you every little nook and cranny in my garage because nobody wants to see a dirty garage, and that's pretty much what this is. I got it somewhat picked up so I can show you guys around without tripping over a bunch of clutter. So with that being said, let's get on with that garage tour. All right, here we are. This is the first car I want to show you guys. It's the 2004 Forester. It's a little beat up, it's rough around the edges, that's for sure. So this thing is going to be on our project list. Quite often, I think, just doing little things that even you can do to your own car. I'm certain I do things that you can transfer into your vehicle. The car has 261,000 miles on it, which is well worn in, if you will. And one of the first projects we're going to do with this one, I don't want to keep that a secret, is I'm going to put the stock steel wheels back on it because it looks really good like that. So we're going to be redoing those steel wheels in the near future. So I think that's a good little introduction. And yeah, on to the next. All right, here we are at a really interesting car. This is my 2000 Ford Focus, which has a lot of miles on it also. It's got about 250,000 to be exact. Well, not very exact, it's more like 251,000 and change. Anyway, you get the point. This car has been one of those weird learning experiences for me. I bought it a long time ago and wanted to get into the tuner scene, we'll say. But I ended up falling in love with this thing, and it's got a nice little bit of parts on it to make it fun. It's not fast, but it is fun when it does work right. But again, it's just another car that you know, you can beat on it, and you really don't got to really care about what it looks like or any of that. It's just fun, 100% fun all the time. I can't wait to do a feature with this car right here because it'll be fun, and then we can do a nice little drive with it as well. But I think we should move on to the next car and not give this one too much attention. All right, here we are, onto the 2004 Ford Focus SVT. The SVT on this car does make a difference. SVT stands for Special Vehicle Team, and that's what Ford's little special vehicle team did. They would take stock Fords and do special things to them, I suppose. The special things that they decided to do with this is a suspension package. They did a little body kit package. Engine makes a little bit more power. And it has a 6-speed instead of a 5-speed. So that's pretty cool. Also comes stock with 17-inch wheels, which back in 2004, that was a big deal, especially on a smaller car like this. The other car only came with 15s factory, so just a comparison. It's a lot of difference. Anyway, this car has a lot to go. As you see, it is well taken care of. And by taken care of, I mean I took everything apart. It's got 208,000 miles on it, so a lot of little components that need to be changed. I'm going to go into detail further on this car in a later episode. Do a time lapse of me putting some of the stuff back together. Also, along with maybe giving a few pointers along the way. This is pretty much the same setup as on most front-wheel drive cars, so somebody might be able to take something away from that. But if you own a Focus, this is going to be really cool because I have 2 of them, so I'm sure that there's going to be plenty to learn if you own a Focus or any other kind of front-wheel drive car. But yeah, enough about this one. I think that concludes the cars. Now let's get on to the couple little things that I have in store, a couple of our small engine projects. All right, and here we are at our first small engine, the 89 to 90-ish, something, early 90s Cub Cadet. If we do any tractor projects, it'll be with this one. It's just your average everyday tractor. It doesn't do anything special. It mows the yard. That's pretty good for me. But anyways, this thing sat for a long time. I did little things to it to get it running really well, but one of the things that I did to it that I don't like that I did, and we're gonna correct it, is I bought a cheap Chinese carburetor because the other carburetor sat for so long with ethanol fuel that it literally turned to dust. So every everything was a little messed up. All the rubber pieces inside were messed up pretty bad, and it needs a good cleaning and a rebuild. So I'm hoping to find the parts for that carburetor so we can rebuild the carb on this channel and put it back on and see if it makes a difference. We're gonna do before and afters with it. So with that, I'm going to move on to the next small engine, which is another tractor. Now I know I said tractor, but what I really should have said is push lawnmower, because that's what this is. And this might be on the channel a lot sooner than I anticipated because, yeah, something's wrong in the engine. I'm quite positive because it was puffing some pretty good amounts of smoke, something that sounded like knocking, and there's oil on top of the deck here, which it shouldn't be there. So yeah, we're gonna end up tearing into that. And I'm sure if you don't have a tractor, you'll probably at least have a push lawnmower. So hopefully we can learn something about this and pass it on to you guys. But we're gonna go on to our last small engine of the show today. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you already know what this is. All right, guys, here it is. Our current mascot of the channel, I would say, because it was the only thing with any kind of really good content on the last episode. But yeah, this is my second ever episode. If you're seeing this episode somehow without seeing my first one, that is cool. I don't know how that happened, but you should go back and watch my first one and get a quick little tour of everything that we're about to do. But yeah, this is the last of our small engine things here that I'm gonna show you today. This is my 1970 something Stevens mini bike. There's not a whole lot of information that I can find on the frame builder, but I can tell you that it's a Harbor Freight Predator 212cc engine on it, and it rips. It's bone stock, and it rips now. So I'm looking to modify this thing and go even faster. Right now, it'll go over 45 miles per hour with me on it. I'm not a real heavy guy, kind of slender, so I guess I'd cut through the wind fairly well, but it's quick. I think we might be able to race some people with this thing. You know, other mini bikes, maybe a dirt bike, maybe a quad bike. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just play around with it and see where this thing goes because it's a lot of fun and I think it'll be a really good content creator. Anyways, maybe I'll get hurt on this thing and it'll make for some really great content. I hope for not to get hurt, but you know, people seem to like that kind of thing. So this will conclude the small engines for the day, I think. And yeah, I got one more thing to show you guys and I'll let you go. All right, guys, I'm not sure if this seems ridiculous or not, but I see a lot of other YouTube channels utilizing this kind of strategy where they can just see their hands so they can see kind of what they're working with. And I was thinking that this would be kind of a cool little setup here so you guys can learn along, follow along with the smaller things that we might be doing and dealing with and, you know, tinkering with. This is that carburetor that I mentioned when I was talking with the Cub Cadet. This is its factory Walbro carbonator. See, it says Walbro on it right there. Very cool. But yeah, just thought that'd be kind of a neat little thing. I wanted to show you guys that this is how I'm going to be showing you, so it'll hopefully we can yeah. All right, guys, I hope you liked that episode. I tried to keep it somewhat entertaining. I know it was just a little bit more talking and not a lot of doing, but I'm trying to get everything prepped and ready, as well as I'm working on my editing strategy. So I'm trying to get better at the editing, which, like in this video, I'm trying a little bit of different things here and there on it, just to try to keep things fun in these beginning episodes. I know things are gonna pick up and it'll be a lot more interesting and a lot more educational. But as far as my editing goes, I hope it's going great. And fortunately, I don't have any bonus content for you today. But next time, hopefully something exciting will happen on the channel. Gotta stay tuned to find out. See you guys next time.